And local recording is now happening. Broadcast is happening. Audio is happening. It begins in 3, 2, 1.
Another visitor. Stay a while. Stay forever.
This is the final score, episode XXX for April 12th, 2013. Everybody, welcome back to the final score. This is the final score, the video game podcast for the rest of us. You know what that means? That means we got you covered. We know who you are. We know the kind of people you are and what you like to listen to. I really don't know what episode it is. 115, is
115.
it?
115. Right. That's at the very bottom as well in the tab. It says 115.
I like
I
triple
apologize.
X.
My fault. I did not XXX that out.
Listen, I like the 3 X's. It's not a problem. We're going to live with it. My name is Scott Johnson. Joining me tonight, Nicole Spag. Hello, Nicole. Hello, Nicole.
Oh, no.
Did we lose Nicole?
No, I was muted.
Oh, she was muted.
I'm doing fine. Great. Oh, hello?
I thought you were just going to start announcing the show number by Roman numerals.
Incorrect. This would be the Super Bowl of podcasts right here.
Right?
That's right. Good. It's good to have you back, Nicole. How are you?
Thanks. I'm great.
Fantastic. Brian Dunaway, what are you doing?
You don't really want to know, but I was playing video games earlier.
Great. What video games were you playing today, Brian? Well, don't tell us yet. That's what we've been playing. Never mind. Don't do that yet. I want to tell you before you do that about a brand new sponsor sponsoring the program starting today.
Yeah.
Mumbleboxes.com. Go check them out.
I couldn't hear you. You were mumbling.
Mumbleboxes.
You were saying the word mumble boxes.
I was indeed. So these guys are great because they provide Mumble servers for you people out there who want to have a guild, you want to have a clan, you got your Call of Duty multiplayer going on, whatever it is, you and your buddies, do it and pay less. You can get a 7-day trial, so try everything out first. That's how I like to do things here. Once you've tried it, if you actually like it, use the code TFS. That's short for the final score, TFS. Save 20%. That's at mumbleboxes.com. Again, that code for 20% off is TFS.
I like that name. Mumble boxes.
That's
Me
pretty
too.
good, right?
Mumble boxes.
Mumble?
It reminds me, it's like a domain that Brian would buy on a whim, like he does
Right.
sometimes.
Yeah, whenever they had the GoDaddy 99-cent specials. Don't send me your hate mail. I know that GoDaddy is the devil.
Sopa, Popa.
But for 99 cents, they got my number.
You remember the whole SOPA thing, right? Where they were going to screw you out of your internet. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
They're still
Okay.
trying to do that. SOPA Part 2 or whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought they retracted. I remember getting an email from them.
They did, but they got a new... They sort of did.
Yeah.
But by then, the damage was done. There was a lot of bad PR, and all that I know that really matters is you hang out with your buddies and you play video games. Do that at mumbleboxes.com.
Right.
All right. Let's talk about what we've been playing this week. Hey! What are you playing? All right, let's jump right into it. It's a video game week, and I chose to be very busy and therefore had very little time to play.
That's okay.
Well, one of the busy things, and one of the reasons we're streaming today the way we are, and those live will know what I'm talking about, is I got a brand new Doghouse system.
What?
Yeah, it's been 3 years. Time for an upgrade. I kind of went all out. I had them do like Nicole did for her gift, where I had my logo printed on the side.
It looks sweet.
It's amazing looking. That artwork's incredible, how that prints on there, so I'm pretty stoked about that.
Which frog is it?
It's the little logo frog, the
new one?
Yeah.
Green,
Yeah, with the round one. But that's pretty much it. That's going to be on everything from now on. So that looks really rad, but more importantly, it's the Screamin' card that's in there, and I keep forgetting which card I have because it's so fast. 680, what is it? It's whatever the fastest.
The 660? 18?
No, it's the one that's not the Titan, which is the big $1,000 one. It's the one below that. Whatever that is.
680?
Maybe. Yeah, 680X,
770, something.
I don't know.
Have you played Bioshock on it yet?
Yeah, and it looks insane. This is the first time I've been able to play that on absolute ultra, like everything.
Yeah.
And it looks crazy good. That game, so pretty. And I didn't know this. If you have people who didn't want to sit around and play the game all the way to the end, and if you just want to jump right in, you can just hit continue after you've beaten it, and it'll take you to the beginning of the big ending.
Really?
Like the non-shooty, now we're going to talk to you and show you all the cool stuff part of the game. And that's nice if you have like a 12-year-old like me who has
do like
a
that.
crappy sense of time and doesn't want to have the patience to sit there too long. So that works out pretty good. Anyway, good stuff, and I'm totally digging it. And I'm just getting my games loaded is what I'm doing. So I got that loaded last night, and I popped in to play it for a while and then got kind of sucked into it. I played a little bit Diablo in there, played some WoW in there, StarCraft, by the which all 3 of those games are pre-installed on the Doghouse, knowing I had had my login. That's actually one of the nice things about server-based login, DRM games these days, is that I didn't have to do anything. I didn't have to copy anything. I have to worry about saves. It's all just part of my account. So I like that. And when Steam does that with games, that's always nice. But anyway, digging it. It's great. I'll report more later. But yeah, now's the time to have a kick-ass PC, I believe. Guacamelee. You guys heard of this?
Guacamole? Guacamole. Is Guacamole
No,
and it's on the
melee
Vita.
people say melee, and that's wrong. It's melee.
It's melee for me.
Let's
Guacamole.
have a fight.
Melee,
Let's have a
let's-
fight.
Well, let's just melee.
Nicole
real quick
says
about it.
melee.
I say melee.
She comes
It's
from
definitely-
Melee drives me nuts.
She comes
It's
from the
definitely
Midwest.
melee, but
Listen, she's from the Midwest. I'm from Utah.
right.
We've come together to say it's melee. Mealy is a worm. It's a mealy worm, right? That you get in your food, like
Right.
you get it in your sandwich. Isn't that a thing?
It was just a mealworm.
Oh,
Okay. Well, let's. How do you say LEE?
Lee.
All right then.
Okay,
Mealy.
so I'm not saying I'm going to go buy a pair of lay
Mealy.
pants. Fine. Okay, maybe you make a point. But I played that on the Vita, so you could buy that for 15 bones, or if you're a PlayStation Plus member, you can get it for 11 something. And it will install on both your Vita and your PlayStation 3 if you choose to do so. It is cross-play compatible, which means
Nice.
cloud saves, all that kind of stuff. And it is rad. Let me just say that one more time. It is absolutely awesome and rad. I think people should pick it up. It's only $11. It's this side-scrolling beat 'em up. What really makes it awesome is, first of all, mechanics are really sound. The puzzles and the areas are really, really awesome and well designed. All the stuff you need from a gameplay perspective is there. But the big thing for me, or the thing that really blew my mind, is the art style and the kind of overall look and feel and sound of the thing. And
Is that
it's
the guac?
great.
Is that the guac part that is
Kind
kind
of.
of Spanish?
You're this poor peasant guy that lives in a Mexican town.
Right.
And everything's colored like, what's the Day of the Dead they call it there? Whatever it's called.
The Day of the Dead. That's what
Yeah,
it's
but they have what's the Spanish for that? Chat room? Come on. Bail me out. Del Muerte Esta El Del
Dia del Mir. No, there's
Dia
like 16
del-
different people are putting all kinds of
Dia
stuff.
de los Muertos. Yeah,
Dia
the
de Muertos.
Crazy says something. Fantastic. Anyway, it's all that kind of vibe, and everything looks like
Sugar Skull kind of stuff, or is
Yes.
it more like the
Yes.
Nacho Libre kind of
That too, though.
crossover? Yeah.
bunch of that because basically you get, this isn't a spoiler, but you die very early in the first few seconds of the game. And you end up finding the statue in the undead version of the world, and this statue of this hero of the town, and he's a Mexican wrestler with like the mask and all that stuff, right?
Right.
You get that mask, and now you become the hero that saves the day, and you do it because you have the power of this mask. Sounds like Mask, doesn't it? A little bit.
It does sound like Mask, but I like. But that's the great thing about those wrestling Mask is they're fantastic. I love them. They're very
That's right.
artistic.
They're very cool. So, to make a long story short, and I won't give any more away about the story, but the story is very funny, very cool. The music is awesome. Oh my gosh, do I have something I can play? Let's see. Let me just see if I've got some sound from this thing. It's Guac.
And I was gonna pick this up too. I was gonna pick it up and I downloaded the demo. Shut up. And it only downloaded the PS Vita
Version.
demo, and I was like,
Well,
man,
you-
I'm like, I don't have a PS Vita.
Oh,
All I
that's
have
right.
is
You don't have a
PS
Vita. That's right. Well, let's see if
So
we
I
can get.
cried a little
Let me
bit.
give you a taste of this audio here. Let's see if you guys like this. Carlos Galactica is back in the world of the living. All right. There's a bunch of text here, but I'm gonna skip ahead. It's this kind of stuff.
Right. How fitting for this to be in play during a time when LucasArts has just been disbanded, and I'm thinking about Grim Fandango and all those great games
right,
like that.
kind of undead It's a
Right.
very specific notion of the dead and the living and all that.
Right.
And
right.
it's just really colorful, lots of really bright greens and oranges and really beautifully rendered. The levels are gorgeous. You get all these great abilities, and you unlock them kind of as you go. You can grapple with dudes and huck them at other dudes. In fact, one of the problems with the game, not problems, but one of the things I was worried about when I picked it up was, I don't like beat 'em ups. I don't like side-scrolling kind of
right.
pound these guys and then go on to do the next thing. But once in a while, people do it well. So what was that? Castle Crashers. Remember that business?
Oh yeah, loved it.
That's a good example of that being done well. This compares favorably, I believe, to Castle Crashers.
Interesting.
You're just one guy, and there's no multiplayer to speak of. Oh, it does say there's multiplayer. Hold on. Oh, there's co-op.
You can't play multiplayer. Oh, unless you
Sorry.
click on multiplayer.
I'm sorry. On the
In which
Vita one,
case.
obviously, I'm not doing that, but it looks like you can do screen, two controllers, one TV kind of thing, and it's just awesome. For $11, you guys, and if you own a PlayStation 3 or a Vita or both, especially,
Right.
what are you doing?
How often do you do that crossplay thing?
With this one once. With what was the last game I had
I've
like
yet
this?
to do that. I
can't-
mean, it's a cool concept. I just don't know how. Yeah, I don't know.
I can't remember the last game. I did this with one other. Oh, Sound Shapes. I did it with that. That's it though. Just those two.
So I remember when it first was talked about, and you guys were super stoked about it. So I guess it's kind of just meh. Hasn't found its place yet. Maybe.
Well,
There
if you're
hasn't been
really,
the game.
the problem is we're all playing lots of different games, and we're kind of playing them in a centrally located. I play most of my games in the house, or if I'm out, I guess I'm playing portable. But for the most part, you're kind of all in the same. You live with your game paraphernalia, and to really enjoy that particular thing, I think you have to be like really, really heavy duty PlayStation dude who is just on the bus playing Guacamelee and coming home and syncing it up and playing the other one. Like I'm sure there are people like this, but it's just not me, or maybe you and maybe us. But
Maybe you.
But it's a pretty cool. I mean, I'm glad they're doing it. Like I'm glad it's not the other way around. Like it's a neat feature that I think
Right.
I think is a nice value added thing. I just don't know that it's 100% usable by everyone.
Right. Well, if you're in a chat room and you get a notion and you're playing crossplay or have actually used it to its intended purposes, call.
Yeah. Why don't you tell us about it?
Why don't you tell us about it? Why don't you tell us about your gaming adventures, Mr. Chatters?
So we don't give scores for games here, but whatever our high score is, Guacamelee gets that.
You think so? I loved the art style of the cover box, but I have not seen any gameplay yet. So,
Yeah.
but the way you're describing it, you're saying it visually looks more like Castle Crashers, where you kind of like oversized, big head midget kind of things going on.
Sorta, but not exactly. Like it's
I
it's
kept
not
getting this-
The Castle Crashers is more akin to the gameplay and less about the style. The style's kind of all its own. I've not really seen anything like it.
Right, because
before.
when I saw it, I was thinking more like maybe it's going to be kind of like a Ready to Rumble kind of thing.
Oh,
remember
right.
that game?
Yeah, the boxing game.
Right.
Right.
Thought it was gonna be yeah, it is, and I thought it was gonna be more like that. Really interesting characters that are kind of have a little bit of backstory, but most of it's for fluff, and it's maybe a kind of like a beat 'em up where you're not really side scrolling as much.
Yeah, you definitely side scroll the entire time. It's a 2D action game, no question about it. But it's
Excellent.
rad, so people should play it. Brian, Scribblenauts Unlimited. About time. Did you just play the demo or
Right?
get the
It was
full
on
game?
sale.
No, it was on sale this past week on Steam for $10.19, I believe, and I always check first to make sure that Amazon's not doing something. And sure enough, they were selling it for $8.99. So I grabbed it off of Amazon, keyed in my Steam code into Steam, and Viola, I am playing Scribblenauts because believe it or not, I have seen people play Scribblenauts, but I have never actually played Scribblenauts.
So what
of
do you think
any
of it?
form.
Are you getting it? Because you have to.
Oh my God! It's the worst game ever. No, I'm kidding. Actually, it was totally different than what I thought it was going to be like, and I don't know how this compares to. Have you played Unlimited and compared it to other of these Scribblenauts?
I've only
universe? Any of
played.
you guys?
I played it on. So what was the iPad version? Was that?
It was Scribblenauts.
Scribblenuts. They're saying Scribblenuts and Dark
Of course,
Strings.
of course they are. That's what they do in the chat.
I can't remember what it's
Right.
called on the iPad.
Scribblenauts. It may have been Unlimited. No, that's the new
No,
one.
no, that's the PC, the newest one.
Super Scribble Knots. Dirty, sweaty Scribble Nuts.
This is the impression I had in my brain. In my brain, I was thinking for some reason you would draw like an item. What's that?
It's Scribblenauts.
You would draw
Remix.
The remix. Okay.
Yeah, that's the iPhone, iPad version.
And that, just so people understand, was a compilation or a combination rather of the first game, Scribblenauts, and the Super Scribblenauts, which came out on the DS, and they took the content from both of those, ended up in Remix. Now, I want to say Remix didn't include all of it. I think they may have tossed some of it, but Unlimited is such a different direction for them. That thing's definitely its own deal.
Is it really?
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
interesting. 'Cause I kept getting this impression for Scribblenauts that you actually kind of like every once in a while you would go to like a little notepad and you would scribble the object that you wanted or something like that. I didn't think that you
That's
actually
what I
typed
thought
stuff.
so too at first before I played the game, Ryan.
So,
But then I realized
scribble.
you had to spell. I'm like,
Well, I can't be
spell?
writing and spelling stuff. I was very disappointed at first. I thought, wow, this is very childlike and kid, and it's not rich, and I'm like, this is going to be stupid.
Yeah.
And then I started playing it.
Listen to
And
this.
then 3 hours later, I'm going, I'm typing in jetpack.
Yeah.
All right, I'm flying around in a jetpack.
I would like to refer to Skinny from Breaking Bad, who will reiterate what Nicole just said. Listen to this.
Hey, man, I'm slinging mad volume and fat stacking Benjis. You know what I'm saying? I can't be all about, like, spelling and shit.
There you go. It's a pretty good match for that.
Yeah, and they're asking in the chat room to actually try Scrote in Scribblenauts, and yes, I did, and it did not happen.
It didn't take
I think-
it? Oh, my gosh.
take
How
Scrote.
could
I
it
was
not
really
take
hoping it would.
Scrote?
For those who haven't played Scribblenauts, what you basically do is you type in an object
My
name
Scrote.
that you want. Something,
Sorry.
Right, my Scrote. and you type in something that you would want, and then you can add an adjective to it, such as, red. You want a red Scrote. Well, you don't want a red Scrote, but, in the game, let's say you did. Or you
Nobody
wanted
wants
to
a red
pause.
Scrote, guys.
Right, and so it's very interesting in that aspect, and it's a lot of fun because at first it's very simple, and you're not really thinking outside the box, and you're doing the simple things. So somebody needs help, and it's like, okay, I need to type paint. Okay, I got to type paint. I got to do this, and then you get to one level where I'm at that I got kind of stuck, and I'm doing all these good things. That's the idea behind this particular one anyway. Is you're trying to do good things for people. When you do good things, then good things happen, and you get a little star,
Like
and you're
life.
collecting the
Yeah.
stars. Right, you're collecting the stars so you can save your sister who is being turned to stone. So you got to hurry.
Yeah.
A little bit of anxiety attack there. So anyway, you're doing good. Yeah, you don't have to hurry. It's just this is pretend. Oh my God, you better hurry, but you don't have to hurry. So yeah, I get in there and I'm doing all these good things for everybody, and everybody needs good things, good help. And it's like somebody's sick, help them. And somebody can't find their hat, you find their hat.
Right.
And so you're doing all these things, and all of a sudden you get to a penguin, and this dude wants to steal a diamond. And so you got to help him get past a security guard in a security camera. I'm like, whoa, wait
figure
up
it out?
now. Yeah, well, no, I don't. Honestly, I don't know what happened. I did a lot of stuff. I shot a lot of things, did a lot of weird junk. I'm telling you, man. And one of the things I did was I got a rocket launcher and I was shooting the cop lady to see if I could kill her. Can't kill her at all. And I don't know what eventually happened. I tried putting a bag over top of the camera. I tried to make the diamond small. A balloon?
Yeah, I think I put the penguin on a balloon or something like that.
But he's got a jetpack. So I finally put his butt in a bag, and I put him in a bag, and I put the diamond in a bag, and I said, hey, does that work for you? No.
Yeah,
All right.
no,
So
not so much.
And then all of a sudden, I'm going along, and I'm like, it said I had figured it out. And I'm like, I didn't figure it out. The penguin never took it. But I said, I'm out of here. So I zoomed on out. But yes, it's a lot of fun. Totally different than what I thought it was going to be. It's very much like a word game where you're creating objects and enhancing them with adjectives, and it's
awesome. I love
the
it.
unlimitedness. Right, the unlimitlessness of it is what gets you. You're like, wow, I didn't,
Unlimitedness,
Right.
unlimit. I think it's just the limitness. Now, how would you say
right, unlimited,
that? Truly annoying in the chat room says purple. So there you go.
purple.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you do. I made everything purple.
Yep.
Also, finally got back to playing Tomb Raider, which
Oh.
Nicole sent me. Yes, and I've got to play a little bit more. And I'm still enjoying the crap out of that. Still too much side boob for me, but whatever.
Yeah,
Scott's
shut
all
up.
like, she's all a perfect girl.
This is something
What's
I
that?
didn't know. If you put it on high settings, which is how I played it previously,
Right.
Everything looks really good,
Right.
and you don't know any better. You run it on Ultra, on a new
Right.
card that can run it at 60 frames per second or whatever, and her hair tech went up. Like,
Oh yeah, you didn't know that? You
No.
use the you use the tress, and
It's
that's exactly
it's
what it does.
amazing. Like, she went from having this stiff polygon hair
Right.
to like loose, flying in the wind actual hair.
Don't you remember us talking about this? Like I remember like it was
No.
about when last year when they first started showing trailers for it. They showed one of the big scenes was her hanging upside down. I said, "Oh man!" I said, "Look at that crappy blocky hair. They've got all these great textures, and underskin, reflective material, and they've got this big ball of hair." And then about 2 months ago, they announced this trays, whatever it is, technology that allows it to show all the hair. And so yeah, if you go from I think it's everything above ultra. I think ultra high is when it starts showing it. And mine renders it, but she looks like a 80-year-old man with a bad weave. Is not good. Apparently, my card's not meant to handle it.
Yeah, if
because
you
it
don't
looks like
have-
she's got way too few strains of hair.
Yeah,
She looks
it's a
almost
really
balding.
shocking difference, though. I fired that up and just went, oh, wow,
Oh, yeah.
what's going on with her hair? And everything's just got a little bit more shine on it and whatever. And I need to finish that game. My goal this week was to polish off Tomb Raider. The problem
Right.
with Tomb Raider is it came out, and then the whole SimCity thing broke. By the way, that has cheetah speed back, so I think I'm going to get back in and see how things are going.
Yeah.
What was the other thing? I forgot I played Battlefield 3 because that was like the free thing I got.
Right.
That's way more fun than people know. That's a blast right there. That game.
Right.
And I need to play more of that. But anyway, and then the new computer game came, and I haven't put that on here yet. But what was my point? I had a point.
Tomb Raider, finishing
Tomb Raider. I meant to finish Tomb Raider. All I did instead was fire it up and gawk at her hair this morning.
Right.
So
right.
I'm back on it. This weekend.
I spent.
This weekend.
You're right. I spent about 2 days probably just messing with the settings to see if I could crank it up to the highest. And what I'm doing is my current card has the ability to broadcast, to two monitors, and one of them's a TV.
Yeah.
And if I'm broadcasting the second monitor, it crashes for no reason, just all of a sudden. And I was messing with the settings all over the place trying to get it right. And finally, I just said, "Forget it. I don't have to have flowing hair. I'll just deal with it."
I'm gonna go into your Steam profile and see how far you've actually gotten.
Yeah, see
All
if
right.
it's just a
I've played
demo.
like it's probably about a demo's worth, but I've played 8 hours, so I probably only made it. I
8
think
hours. If you really have played 8 hours, you're pretty close to.
No, I'm like at
Yes.
10% done. If I
And you're
best.
not doing it right.
Right, and the reason why is because I've actually played it twice. I'm actually only about 3.5 hours in probably total because
What
the
happened?
first
You
time
lose
I played
a save or something?
No, yeah, I did, and I had started on another PC, and for some reason, I don't know what happened to the save. Yeah, I was cloud saving, and for some reason, it just didn't take. I don't know what happened.
That happens
But I
sometimes.
played it for about three hours the first time, and I didn't mind going back over and doing it again because the first time I just rushed through it, and I played about 3.5 hours or so, and I'm about 10% done. And I'm trying to get everything. I've slowed down my gameplay.
You're going to be able to go back to those areas because of the fast travel. So
right.
get as much as you can, but don't spend too much time. Keep
But I'm
pushing
having
forward.
fun.
Yeah, just
You'll
tear
never finish it.
tear those that's the way I'm doing it. I'm just ripping through the story, and then I'm going to go back and I'll see how much I enjoy the going back and collecting, but I do kind of want to do that right now.
Yeah, it's actually.
I'm
quite
still
nice.
having fun trying to figure out how to nail a freaking wolf when he's coming at me.
Look, you like side boob. Let's just admit it.
All right, whatever.
It's fine. You accept the fact that a good
Sorry.
side boob is what Brian likes the most in life.
And he
Right.
wants to nail a wolf.
Man, she's got some thick thighs too. Did you notice that? Because there's you can run the bench. When you can
What
run
are
the
you
benchmark.
talking about?
I'm talking about Laura Croft, man. She's got some thighs like you would
She
not
doesn't.
believe.
No, she
Those things
She's-
are
those
thick.
are not thick. What do you look? You are you're the American guy now that thinks everybody should be as skinny as a pole. That's what
No.
you think.
I did not say it
She
was
is a
not
normal
attractive.
girl.
I did not say it was not
By
attractive.
thick, do you mean muscular?
Thick,
Is that what you're
muscular thighs. I mean,
She's
they are
very muscular.
huge. Yeah, they are huge thighs.
I don't know about huge.
saying? They're not huge.
Huge.
I stood
when
next- I
I
stood
imagine
next-
huge, I'm thinking of the
next to
Borderlands
first.
2 lady, the mechanic lady you got to go talk to. Now, there's some thighs.
Well, I'm thinking if you're thinking muscular, I'm thinking like someone in the Olympics,
Right.
doing dead
Exact-
weights.
Oh,
She's not that woman.
I'm going to do a screen capture and show you guys.
All right.
This woman's thighs compared to someone, because I'm telling you, the pants were bowing over.
okay. I'm going to believe it when I see it. We have Eric on the line who wants to comment on big fat thighs. What's going on, Eric?
Eric is a specialist on Tomb Raider.
That's right.
Hey guys, how's it going? And I tried to call in last week, but my power went out right as you guys started.
Oh, weird.
And so I tried to call with my phone, but I guess it didn't work.
Yeah. I kept seeing your name kind of come in and come out of Skype, but it never called again. It was odd.
It was weird.
Well,
but thanks again.
Yeah, no problem. Oh yeah, that's right. You were the contest winner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Raider. And he's already outranked me on Raptor. Rah.
Oh, wait, on Raptor. Wait, what? Who?
So Raptor is a service where you can track all your game progress,
right.
and your friends you can kind of have like little competitive. So Eric is just past. I was number 1, and then I get an email. Eric has passed you.
Right.
I forgot that was a thing, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I still have mine too. I get those.
Yeah, I finally finished that Tomb Raider. I think it was 94%, and I had a whole lot of fun. I still kind of want to go in and pick up the last few little bits I've missed.
Yeah,
But
it's a good game, man.
But yeah, I just wanted to call in now because I missed you last time and say thanks.
Well, thanks, dude.
You're welcome.
Enjoy the beautiful weather in downtown Salt Lake City right now.
Yeah, go play Guacamelee. It's awesome.
It is awesome, isn't it? See, someone else. I'm telling you. See, Eric. He's the man. He'll be at Nerdtacular 2013.
Oh yeah.
He's always there.
Couldn't happen to a better guy. Make sure if you're and by the way, we're talking about how Eric won that. He won it through our Steam group, the Final Score Steam group, and Nicole picks a monthly winner for the Gamer of the Month. And all you have to do is just show up.
Yep, be part of the Steam group.
All right.
Easy as that.
That's a hell of a deal right there.
Right.
All right, Brian, what
But I
else
will
you got?
say Tomb Raider was awesome, and I also downloaded the BioShock Infinite PS3 demo. And and the reason why is because with the PlayStation Plus, talked about this last week, you can get an hour of the full game at that. And I was curious because everybody was playing the PC, so I figured I'd probably get the PC anyway. So I was like, might as well at least try it on the PlayStation 3 and just see how it is. I did play it. The story sucks you in, just like you guys said. Everything that you guys said last week, absolutely spot on. Great game. Both these games, Tomb Raider and BioShock Infinite, are definitely in the running for my games of the year this year because they both have just blown me away.
Yeah, BioShock's way out in front for me. I don't even know what can come out.
Really?
I don't know what can come out between now and
even
the end of the year.
Last of Us is still going to be coming out.
I keep forgetting about that.
No, Last of Us.
Yeah. Liam O'Brien directed the voice crew on that.
Oh, yeah.
Which I don't know what that'll mean. I hope I hear a lot of Liam is what I hope.
Oh, absolutely.
And then they just announced Batman Origin, or Arkham Origin.
Yeah, that'll be good. We have to deal with Robin in that business, I'm sure.
Robin.
Yeah,
No,
no.
I didn't get to my exciting news about my BioShock.
Oh, what's that?
All right, so I'm doing the BioShock PS3 thing there, and I'd mentioned it on the Twitter. And Drew Cypher said, "You know what you need?" I said, "What?" He said, "A full version on the PC." And I'm like, "I love you."
Oh my gosh, you guys with your showering gifts of.
Why are you lumping me into this, you guys?
All right, good point.
You guys.
I get it on occasion.
Brian, though, Brian, you know what it is because Brian comes on the show and goes, "I got the demo." And I played a demo. And then people at home are going, "Oh, man, we got to help Brian out. That poor guy."
Poor hobo.
Right, you may as well have a boot at an intersection at my window.
Hey, man, I need some gangs. Can you help a guy out? Come on.
We'll podcast for games.
So he sends that to me, and I said, "Hey, man, I promise to play as much as I can, at least a demo's worth."
Yeah.
And so I have played that much. I played through on the PS3. I played through the demo as far as I could go, and I started, and I did load up I loaded it up on my PC, and I'm going to be playing it this weekend.
17
and
gigabytes.
I know, right? Can we talk about that for a second too?
Textures.
Steam backups. You suck. You suck. You suck some more. All right, Steam backups. I know. Okay, so I've discovered a few things about Steam backups.
Go
real
ahead.
quick.
This is interesting because I've never had it work properly for me.
It always screws up because you always want to go, well, I'm just going to do 2 games. I'm going to do two games at once and back them up. Don't ever do more than one.
Yeah.
Forget it.
Yeah.
All right. So what you do is you go to the one game and you back it up, and you don't choose CD and you don't choose DVD. You forget all that crap, and you just go to custom, and you make that custom size as big as you want. And what it'll do is it'll say, there a little number pop up when you start typing in. It'll say it'll fit on 30 of the 10 megabytes. It'll fit on 10 of the the 300 megabytes and so forth. And so you make some outrageous number. Don't worry, it's not going to fill all that space. It's just going to go which one is greater, the thing that you specified or the actual game. You back that up.
Okay.
And you will get a setup file and everything, and it is so much easier.
You know what I did? I just downloaded them all again. That's what I did.
That's a pain. It's a pain in the butt for me because my bandwidth is not as good as yours.
Well, plus if you have an ISP who's like capping you and stuff, you get screwed.
Yeah.
Right, 16 gigs, man. Plus, because me and my boys, we have different accounts, but we get the same games lots of times, and they have their machine over there, and my machine's over here. I'm not going to do all that. But anyway, yeah, the easiest thing to do is do the backup. And I'm going to do a quick video probably this week sometime because I've done it every which way I know. And it always messes up. And this is the only way I've been able to do it where it works every time.
It feels like such a charity service that they offer because they
Right.
do it and you go, oh, wow, that's a cool thing. And maybe they know that hardly anyone uses it, so they don't really work that hard on it. But it's just kind of half-assed. Like it's just not that big a deal.
And everybody always goes, well, just copy everybody always just says, just copy the directory.
Yeah.
Copy the directory. But I'm like, yeah, but I always forget. It's like, is it under Steam app? Is it under something else? Am I forgetting to copy some files over? And it's
then
like,
you got a mess on your hands, and it took forever to get it off and then on again. And yeah,
right.
I'm with you.
And so they really need to fix that really bad.
I do. I have a secondary drive, so it's a little easier for me. So the second drive houses all the games, all the game content. So I think I should be able to just move that stuff. But
Right.
Yeah, that's what I ended up doing.
and that worked for you? Okay, you didn't have any problems?
Yep.
Maybe I'll still do that with some of what I have because I have things on there that I want to play, but I don't necessarily want to download again. I mean, I already did like 38 gig overnight. It's
Right.
like, what the hell? I can't do my entire library that way. I've got 170 games to install or something, whatever it is.
Right. Exactly.
Well, that's great, Brian. Thank you for the brief walk down technical lane.
Right.
Tell us
and,
about DC Injustice, rather. This is the preview to that weird, because there's an actual console game coming out, fighting game from the
Next
Mortal
week.
Kombat people. Is it next week?
right.
Yeah, April 16th.
And
I'm
it's-
thinking about getting it.
It's all DC people fighting, not unlike DC versus MK, except in this case there's no MK involved. And it looks really good from what I've been able to see. I mean, it is a fighting game after all, so you'll be punching dudes.
It's a free to play game. Of course, you pick up the free part, and it requires what they call energy units.
Yeah,
Every time you
have to
fight, you
buy
have to
more
use
of them, right?
You have to use an energy unit every time you fight. Well, you got two choices. You can buy more energy units and play more now, or you can wait for it to recharge. Each character has. Well, don't go.
I'm
don't
just
do
tired
it.
of the. I'm not. Listen, I'm not. I will not smack talk the free to play movement. Only I will say that no one seems to be able to get past this one tenet of it. It's like they're all
Right.
like, oh well, what are we gonna do? Well, we need the equivalent of Smurfberry's stat. That's how people will pay. It's like there are other better creative ways to do this. That's all.
Right, and there probably is, but to be honest with you, is right now I have not found it any interference at all because I have played through the whole. There's how Angry Birds has you have the first chapter and
sure.
you switch over and you got more locked chapters and you switch over. There's like about 6 screens of that. I've been on the first screen and it didn't take me any time to finish the first screen. Well, I say no time. It probably took me about 5 hours.
Isn't
Not-
it basically a clone though of that other popular sword game that was called?
Yeah. Sword game.
No, it was
I
called.
know.
Called the Game of the Sword.
What'd you guys chat room help us out? It's the one with the Infinity Blade. Thank you,
Blade,
Grammar.
right.
Is it like that? It's a sort of
I never
guys.
played an Infinity Blade, but from what I saw of Infinity Blade, it looks like that.
Dude starts to swing. You have to hit a thing to dodge.
right, and there's not
Yeah.
much dodging. There's only blocking.
Okay,
So the blocking is 2 fingers on the screen, and it never works.
that's totally
I'm
what
really
that is.
disappointed in this because I didn't realize it was a fighting game. I was hoping that the Injustice game was going to be extracting out the storyline from DCUO
Yeah.
and just making it into a single player game.
Well, that would have been cool.
That would have been cool.
No, this is the Mortal Kombat team. This is them going. All right, next fighting game. Here you go.
I like this
I'll
fighting
skip
game.
it.
I have nothing bad to say about this fighting game. It works well.
What you're playing on the iPad is nothing like what we're going to get. We're going to get a traditional fighting game.
Yeah.
This thing right here is like a weird
hybrid
fake
kind
thing.
of.
Yeah.
Right, but I like it. Like I said, I've spent many hours on it, and all I can say is, why am I Green Lantern? And there's a Green Lantern that is like an epic Green Lantern. You can't beat him. He never dies.
Are you the Black Green Lantern or the white guy?
We're both the same Green Lanterns. You know, there's Solomon Grundy, and there's the Green Lantern and Green Arrow, and just everybody. Everybody's
green
there.
Listener, the green.
And the Catwoman sucks.
Of course, Catwoman sucks.
She sucks.
Of course
I'm like,
she
why
sucks.
are you on my team?
She has
And of
giant
course,
boobs, though, right? Giant boobs.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, huge boobs, and and huge thighs, and you know you got to level them up as you go, of course.
Oh.
And okay, school's out. See you later.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Remember, tomorrow the test is. Listen, you need to be here Monday and read before the test.
That was me.
Have a good weekend.
I was just killing some snakes, and Simpsons tapped out.
Oh,
really?
of course you were.
Playing that too. I didn't put it on mine, but I guess that's Nicole's way of saying.
The new update.
Oh, it's whacking.
Yeah,
It's
just been
whacking
talking
day.
forever.
Whacking day.
Right. Whacking Day. Whacking Day
Whacking
is
Day.
fantastic. I've been playing that.
Can I
myself.
say something real quick about that?
course, yeah.
Nicole? Didn't you? I thought you lost your save. Wasn't that you?
No, that was Len.
Oh,
So
Len Peralta
Len-
lost
I
everything.
feel so bad for Len, and other people have reported it too, and it's a big thing. I'm on level 27, I think it is, but I think Len was up there too, and then he logged in. He was like level 7.
Oh, that's really frustrating.
I would be so
by
upset.
3,
Yeah.
right?
Because there's a game you may have. Okay, see, EA has to be real careful with this, because that's a game that they could have. Because they have the whole donuts or whatever the hell it is that you can
you
pay
buy
to.
stuff,
Yeah.
right?
So if people paid money from say level 5 to 10, and then all of 5 to 10 were lost, you've got to take care of those people. Like that is.
I was thinking about Turfster because I'm not kidding you. I think he went in and bought the $99 set of donuts.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Because every time I go into his town, he has like stuff I didn't even knew exist.
Yeah.
I'm like, where did you get that?
I was talking to him on the phone today. I think he was drunk, by the way.
Yeah, that's what he said. He said he didn't realize that he bought it, but I'm pretty sure he bought the $99 set of donuts because
Oh, what's this? 99
he's
donuts.
he's just trying to use them all now.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. But yeah, that's a thing they need to make sure and do the right thing here.
Yeah.
And get people covered because that's.
Yeah, you know EA, they'll do it.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
All right, Nicole, tell us about Defiance because I've been tempted to try Defiance.
Okay,
Oh,
so
no.
You've
Doesn't
been
sound
talking
good.
about it. Yeah.
let me just preface this by saying,
Preface.
whatever, coming off of BioShock,
Yeah.
every game is going to fall short for me
Right.
for a while.
Yeah, the story. Well, yeah, because you're getting this slapped together '90s era story style of Defiance, and it just can't even compare. But I mean, it's just a fun game to run around and shoot crap. How is it? Uh-oh, that's not good.
So when I heard about this about a year ago or so, I thought, oh wow, this sounds cool. It's a game. It's an MMO, third-person shooter. It's going to be coupled with a actual TV show on Sci-Fi where your character may even get featured in the TV show. It
Yeah,
kinda
weird crossover. Yeah.
sounds interesting, something different, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to give it a go. You can actually pick it up on Amazon for $10 cheaper. Unfortunately, they don't give you a Steam code, so you have to like list it. I hate it when I can't put it in Steam.
Yeah.
It really just bugs me. So there's really not a lot of options to do customization of your character, but you can either be a human or whatever, an alien. I don't know what the heck they're called.
Sounds pretty standard.
But there's only like 4 choices. It's very, very vanilla.
And these are the Rift people, right? The Tryon
these are-
Worlds people? Okay.
Yes, these are the Rift people. I really I've gotten into it. I've played probably a couple hours into it. I'm not enjoying it.
I am
But
hearing two sides to this coin. I'm hearing people like you who are, trusted
Like
gamers.
I'm just like whatever.
Yeah,
Okay,
kind of
it's a
mad,
game.
right?
But
then I've heard other people raving about this freaking thing.
And there's these events called Arc Falls. I haven't experienced one of them, but you land and you're searching for these arc, I guess this tech, I don't know. I just am not interested in this game. I hate that I'm playing it, and I'm like, okay, I feel like this. They said, okay, we're going to put all these pieces together, and it, in theory, sounds like it would be an amazing game. But then when I'm actually playing it, I'm just like, what? It feels a little confusing at times.
The TV crossover is the part that loses me just a little. Not that it couldn't be cool, but when has that ever been done right? And it makes me nervous that would be just dumb. And I guess the show, isn't it out now?
No,
or
the
coming
15th.
out? Okay.
Comes out in a couple days.
See, I'm more interested to see how the show fares. Like, how will that do critically and also with fans? Is that a sci-fi thing I want to be into? And then if I am, maybe then I'm more drawn to the game, I guess. I don't know.
It's really hard to imagine since Defiance is free to play. Right, Defiance is free to play, right?
Well, you got to pay $50-$60 and then you pay.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
I find it hard
it's the
to
Guild
believe...
Wars 2 model, Brian, is how they're doing it.
Okay, I got you. Well, you got to consider there's got to be one or the other has got to be more important to the minds of the creators and the people who are working on this. I mean, it can't have equal share. I'm sure that one or the other is probably getting more attention. And,
well, this is why I'm nervous about the new the new Xbox, because the new Microsoft Xbox. Because my big concern is, and a lot of the talk coming out of news outlets over the last few days, and some of these leaks have been that, okay, well, the online all the time thing looks like it's going to be true, but partially because it's so connected to cable boxes and satellite boxes, and that they may even make a version of this that Comcast would sell as the cable box. You pay a little bit more and a bigger subscription, but it would play games, but it's also going to act as your set-top box, all its TV capabilities and everything else. And the whole time, all I can think of is, dude, focus on that or focus on video games, because what you're going to end up giving me, this is the concern I have, and maybe they'll prove me wrong, but if you're not focusing on video games, you're going to half-ass it. And if you're not focusing totally on the set-top box side, you're going to half-ass it. So you're going to give me something that's kind of okay with one and kind of okay on the other with some bright spots, but overall you're just going to be average. And that's kind of how I feel about the last year or year and a half of the 360's lifespan, is that they've shifted their interest way more over to the set-top box stuff, and they've just become average on the game side. Sony started wrong in the same way. The PS3 started without the focus clearly on games, and it was all on Blu-ray. And that, I think, bit them in the big, giant Japanese ass. So now you got them, supposedly, by all accounts, and developers seem to be concurring, Sony has flipped around and saying, focus on video games. That is all we're focusing on.
Right.
And that, to me, as a gamer specifically, is very interesting to me. So Microsoft's really going to have to prove themselves for me to get hyped about it, because I don't care. I'm an unplugger as it is. I don't need a new cable box. I don't care about any of that. I don't care about any of that stuff. It would have to be so incredibly compelling. And even if it is, then that's going to be the reason people buy it, not for games. And the game side will suffer because that's simply the economics of video games.
Right.
Anyway,
and they've been struggling with the multimedia part, the TV part for a really long time, and they keep trying to shoehorn themselves in on that. And I'm with you. I don't see that being the next big thing. I mean, it was nice to have the Kinect work with the Netflix, but it's not something that I'm like, oh, this is a deal breaker. This is the thing that I have to have. It's interesting, but it's nothing.
Eric asked in the chat room, he says, will the new Xbox have space points? And I can only hope they don't. I hope it's just dollars. I don't mind them having money, but...
So back to Defiance.
Yeah, so Defiance, Nicole.
We're talking about Defiance?
Yeah, we were talking about Defiance.
Was Nicole talking again?
Jerk.
All right.
So the shooting mechanics are actually pretty decent. I will say the quest structure is a bit confusing. I've done the same quest over and over. Like in WoW, you pick up a quest, you complete it, you move on. But I go back and the respawns are really fast. I don't get a sense of the map. Again, I'm comparing it to WoW because WoW is my primary MMO. So in WoW, you have areas that have different difficulty levels. I don't get the impression from this game that levels matter. In fact, I don't even know if I have a level. And I don't know what the levels of the bad guys are. And it's all kind of confusing, and maybe that's the world they're trying to build. But I will say I am playing it on the PC with my controller, and the mechanics are pretty pretty good
Yeah.
for a shooter.
Are you getting pwned? Have you done any PvP or no?
Oh, hell no.
Okay. I was going to say, you get worked pretty good on the keyboard.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not doing that at all.
Okay.
And you get a little your vehicle. You get really early on, like literally once your thing crashes, you get a little four-wheeler.
Ford Chevy, yeah.
Ford Chevy, yeah.
Where is this
Ford
actually
Chevy.
set? Is this on Earth or some other planet?
It is on Earth. It's supposed to be set in what the heck? What
I love when they do these dates because we're so close to them sometimes, and it pisses me off when we get there. And it's like we don't have that tech yet.
Well, and it's supposed to be. I don't know if you've seen the preview or the screenshot for the TV series. It has a picture of the St. Louis Arch, and it's all like broken up.
Dude.
Not the arch, man. That's the
I don't know,
gateway
what,
to the west.
2058 or something like that. I don't know what.
That's one half of McDonald's, man.
Right? No way, man.
Yeah,
New Earth, new
listen,
world.
I'm interested in these kinds of themes. I love post-apocalyptic, sci-fi, whatever. I'm into that, but this is a weird combo.
It's a very weird combo, and like I said, it just feels gimmicky, and I'm not sure it's going to hold me.
Okay.
And that's the way I feel too. One side is gimmicky. Which is it? Is it the game that's gimmicky, or is it the TV show that's gimmicky?
When I
One
see
of
the
them is a gimmick.
actor in the game, I feel it feels gimmicky.
All right.
I don't know why.
That's what
Because
I
it's
thought.
not the same. It's not the same guy that's going to be on the show. Like,
oh, okay. Well, that was my other question. Is it done like so the story points? I assume there's like hero style characters who tell you to do stuff that kind of are running everything. And so, like in Warcraft, you go talk to Thrall because he's got a job for you. In this case, you go talk to Jimmy John, and he ends up being in the show, right? Or maybe.
Right.
So I'm sending you guys a link to Defiance.com, and it's the two main characters, the guy in the middle, and then
Defiance.
the Shirley Manson alien-looking character. You're with them through right in the beginning of the game.
Oh,
Right.
okay. Who is
So-
this guy? He's a dork. He looks like somebody's uncle, not a
Right.
fight for
Not a
Earth
star.
guy.
Right.
I really want to see this show.
I want to watch this show too. In fact, I'm going to set it up to DVR.
It's probably
show looks beautiful.
It's probably shit.
Like I said, one of them's got to be.
It's gonna be, dude. Well, Brian, I'm with you on the whole focus thing. It's hard. Like,
Yeah.
look how long it took them. Remember the days where, like, the 3DO was supposed to be the big living room box, right? That thing wasn't ready to do any of that. It was ready to play some games and do them kind of mediocrely, but everything else kind of sucked. It took us this long just to get Netflix looking good on a console. To be able to make that jump is going to be pretty tricky, but also, like, smartphones. Like, how long did it take? Like, I remember the early days of, like, the mid years of, like, the Palm Pilot stuff, late 90s, early 2000s, right? And the minute somebody said, oh, we're going to put a phone on the Palm device, you're going to make this trio, and it's going to do both. It's going to do both. And I remember thinking, oh, great, it's going to half-ass both, you mean? And it kind of did. It took another 7 years, 10 years, 8 years, whatever, for phones to finally go, yeah, we can be multiple things to multiple people. And they're doing it well now. But it took forever.
It
So
did
I
take a
don't
while.
think Microsoft can just turn it around in a generation. Or Sony or anybody else. Anyway, I have feelings about
Yeah, I
that.
don't.
as you
Yeah,
can tell.
I'm with you. I think as long as they pay attention to what they're doing with it, but don't make it the primary thing, I think it'll be okay. Like I said, keep messing around with it and keep fiddling with it.
Sure.
But don't come out with me in the next thing and go, yeah, we got a huge revolutionary thing for the next Xbox. We're gonna take over your living room. Yeah, you've told us that for like what, since the Xbox, the original Xbox.
Yeah.
Actually, before that, the web TV thing.
Yeah, the
You know,
irony is
well-
the original Xbox, if you hacked it, you really could do it.
Yeah, and I did. I used to love doing
was
that.
amazing.
Xbox Media Center. Yeah.
That thing was amazing, but it was totally illegal and terrible in that
Right.
regard for them. So they can never be that no holds barred. But they could. And the way I would approach it is, I would say, I would still approach it from the game side. But maybe Microsoft's got data that suggests that games are not as important as the future of television. I don't know. I don't know.
Streaming TV is. I mean, that's where everybody's trying to get in on that because streaming TV is where it's at. I mean, people are dropping their cables and cutting the cables left and
We
right.
are.
Let's see the numbers, right?
December.
And
Are you guys are stopping in December?
Yeah, our DirecTV contract ends in December, and that's when we're cutting it.
Yeah.
right,
I'm going on 5 years now, and I don't have a single regret.
right. Everybody wants to be that device because then they can get a little bit of get a little change.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and let's not be crazy here. I'm sure haven't heard much about it, and that's why I've appreciated the game focus from Sony so far with the PS4. But I'm sure that they're going to be, they'll still tout features. They want grandparents to walk into the store and go, oh, this will do the Netflix. Oh, honey, we've got to get this one. It looks like it'll do the Netflix.
Right. Everything does the Netflix.
That's my dad.
Except
Netflix,
for the stinking Wii and what they just now got the Hulu, right?
Well, the Wii has Netflix. It's just
bad
but they just
resolution.
Got the Hulu. Oh, they just get the Hulu?
Now got the Hulu, yeah.
Can we call everything the whatever it is?
Yeah.
You know, it's funny you say that. Mark just asked me, he goes, is that a new thing for kids to put the in front of everything, like the awesome and the cool?
Well, that is annoying. I like saying, oh, we're going to the Walmart. That's fun. See, there's some irony in that. But when kids say, oh, that is the cool, that would make me want to kick that kid in the penis real hard.
We're old. We're so old.
All right, we talked about Simpsons Tapped Out.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're still enjoying that. That's cool.
And I'm almost done with the 1999 mode of Bioshock Infinite.
Yes, Infinite.
I'm on the last fight, the ship, and it's really, really hard. And I must have tried at least 7 times last night before I was finally I was like, I'm going to bed. I got to take a break from this. But Andrew on Twitter told me to cover the core with Return to Sender Traps. So I'm going to do that.
Oh, wow.
So that was a great tip. And I'm going to.
Nice tip. Who is it again? Who?
Andrew Hessler.
Thank you.
So thanks, Andrew, if you listen.
Thanks a lot, man.
Can I say one thing
Yes.
before we wrap it up?
You say 10 things.
Okay. I want to tell you, the technology and the stuff that's going on for Bioshock, and the stories they're telling, and Tomb Raider, all of it's just fantastic. Loving it. I'm loving the fact that Lara Croft is one of the first to use all the hair technology. They finally getting that right. Can I just say one thing? Could you people work? Could you game developers work a little bit on if you're going to use the 3D models that are actually in the game to do your cutscenes? Stop with the marionetting of everything. Looks like a marionette. I mean, it looks choppy,
their faces,
chunky. Their faces, their hands. As they cock their head to one side and an arm goes up and and the other arm goes down, and it looks like a big puppet.
Sometimes this is done better than other times. So I would point your attention to Naughty Dog and their work with the Uncharted series. That game had the most amazing cutscenes, and still today is the high watermark. Nothing comes even close. I don't know what happened, but remember the L.A. Noire thing where you could map somebody's actor's face right on the dude?
That's really awesome.
I loved that. I thought that was amazing. And there was all this talk at the time. Oh, it's going to change the way people make games. We're going to see this tech on all sorts of other stuff. Just never did.
The game wasn't that big of a success.
It was all right, but even then, you'd license the tech. Get the tech out there, because the technology itself, I think, would have attracted all sorts of people regardless of the sales.
Maybe it's cost prohibited.
Maybe.
I'm sure it is.
A gamble that they're going to put extra money into that tech, and maybe the game doesn't succeed. And
I just know a lot of these games, like if Liam, who's probably listening right now, if Liam is in a game these days, if it's one with a lot of high production value and stuff, they will put him in a capture suit and they'll put facial capture stuff on him. I don't know what the next step is to get the LA Noire stuff going, but maybe it is cost prohibitive. I don't know. But it really depresses me, because that just blew my freaking mind when I saw it. I couldn't believe that.
And it's cost prohibitive only because the technique to make it less cost prohibitive has not been pioneered yet. So that's what I'm saying. Work on it, because that hair tech that they're using for Tomb Raider, I mean, it's almost absolutely needed for all these different ways that she's hanging that you're not taken out of the game by the fact that her hair is like matted to her head.
Well, I just heard one of our lawyers just sent me a note, just passed me a note. It says that we have used the word prohibitive too much already in the show. We're only allowed 3, and we've used it 4. So we have to watch it. Oh, look at this. It's Casey Banta, everybody, on the show once again, talking to us about trivia, video game trivia, stuff we love to play in the past usually. And he asks us hard trivia questions. We try to answer them right here on the show. Casey, how you doing?
Hey, you guys are totally the awesome. Please don't kick me.
All right, well, I'm not going
to kick you. Thanks, Casey. You're the awesome, too.
Yeah, you're the awesome. All right, there you go. Casey, let's play. Let's play a game. So I don't remember what I won last week, but I don't remember what game we gave you.
Where'd I pick it?
Yeah, I think Brian picked it.
Did.
Brian got to pick it. He picked Space Quest.
Oh, that's right. Space Quest with Roger Wilco in it.
right.
Right? If I have that name right, it's Roger Wilco.
That's right.
Roger Wilco.
All right, fantastic. So tell us our question. Let's see how we do.
All right, this question is basically based on the entire series, not just the first Space Quests. So here we go. In the Space Quest series, in which game can you use the command cheat to instantly win the game with 255 out of 250 possible points?
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That's a game breaker, man. All right, well give us our 1 through 4, or however many you got.
All right, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, D, you can't cheat.
Oh my gosh. Is this
No,
a
I
trick?
don't buy that. No, I don't buy that. I think it's the first one because I think that's what you do. I think you do that in the first one.
Okay.
I don't think you can do that later
I'll
on.
say C because that's always the right answer.
I'm going to say you can't I'm going to say you
Don't
can't
fire
cheat.
me.
You can't cheat. That's what I'm going to say. I feel like Casey's giving me a triple trick here. I have to because part of me says no, that's too obvious. Then the other says, "Oh, is it? Is it too obvious?"
Oh, is it really?
I think it's I'm going to say D.
Triple trick. Okay.
Triple trick Casey. That's your wrestling name.
In high school.
You're
In high
melee.
school, that's right.
Billy.
All right, how'd we do? I'm scared.
All right, how did you do? Nicole says I always pick C. No, I don't. C is not the right answer. This
C isn't
time.
right?
No.
Okay. No C.
Oh, bummer.
I'm sorry.
No see. No see. No see.
All right.
That means no yes.
That's right.
No yes. No see.
Let's see.
But no see. No.
Scott says you can't cheat. He's already dying.
I'm dying already. I give up.
I cheated last week on the thing when I did it.
Oh, you jerk. Did you really? And you knew this?
Of course.
Oh, all right, I lose. All right, Brian. How'd Brian do?
Brian's wrong.
Yay! That's awesome. That's awesome.
Smack time.
So what was the correct one?
You're all wrong. It was Space Quest 2.
Ah, damn it. Okay.
Oh, well.
I'm a little disappointed that they let you cheat like that.
gamble.
That's a huge cheat.
I love that.
That
That is so Space Quest.
That's freaking brutal. All right. Well, there you have it. Fantastic. Whose turn? Nicole's or mine?
Yeah, it's mine.
Is it? All right, Nicole.
Yep.
What game are you gonna pick?
I think it's mine, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Go for it.
I will pick Gun.Smoke.
Gun.smoke.
Oh.
Gunsmoke.
Oh, Gunsmoke.
Yeah.
But it has a dot.
Does it?
It
Between
does.
gun
It
and
does.
smoke, Yeah.
Yeah. They
I
did
played
that.
this
That-
as a kid, and
That can't be the question.
Why did they name it Gun.Smoke?
Gun.smoke. That sounds like Open Gundam style somehow. It's ringing in my head. So I don't understand what that is. I'm looking it up. I know the show and stuff.
did
Is
it
it based
old
on the
school
show?
A long time.
Yeah, it was
Did it for
arcade.
old-
Yeah, it was an arcade game, right?
Gun.smoke.
Yeah, it's a weird-
No, it was a Nintendo. It was well, I think it was an arcade, but I played it on the Nintendo.
Oh, wow. This thing was on the FDS, the NES, the Amstrad CPC, the MSX, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 1, ZX Spectrum, Xbox, Sega Saturn, and IBM PC.
The music
Yeah,
is awesome.
Yeah.
You're a cowboy and you push one button to shoot to the left and a different button to shoot to the right and both of them together to shoot straight forward.
Oh, I
And
remember
it wasn't
this.
related, and it wasn't related to the TV show. Right?
No, and it wasn't
That's
related
just
to the
medical
new domains, the .smoke domains. Which, yeah. That's cool. We'll do that. That's a good one. I like that. So you got that, Casey? And make sure the question's not about what platforms did it appear on, because I just gave that all away.
Sounds good.
Fantastic. Casey Banta, everybody. Casey Banta on Twitter, and listen to the end of the show because he does his little music memory thing. Let's play this.
Last week was awesome.
That's what we play when we kick him out of here. Thanks, Casey. Have a good day.
Thanks.
Have a good weekend.
You too.
Bye now.
Love
See you, Casey.
Love him.
Let's rip through some fast news.
Valkyrie needs food badly.
I need food.
All right, real quick. Huge layoffs at EA.
Did
Right.
it actually happen? I heard they were just talking about it.
No, they did.
Did they?
It's affected a number of studios and was not a huge shock. Even if you forget about all the recent it's not like the controversy lately was like, SimCity sucked, you guys are out of here. It wasn't like that. It was like a long time coming. There's been trouble. As far as I know, the Salt Lake office didn't get hit, which is good because I have fierce loyalty to the state I live in for some reason.
Right.
But I think
For some reason,
I think EA Salt Lake is doing just fine as far as I
I'm
know.
a little sad that you corrected the misspelling
What did I do?
Because,
hug layoffs at EA.
It was hug layoffs was I was kind of excited. Oh, we're sorry, gotta let you go. Come here, get in on
It's
this.
supposed to be huge,
All right.
but yeah.
Go. See you later. All right, another hug for you. All
Yeah.
right, come on.
Need another hug? All right.
Yeah.
You know who needs a hug is Riccatello. He needs a hug on his way out. Anyway, that's going on, and I feel bad for anyone losing their jobs. But and at the same time, EA needs to lean up. That's what they need to do.
The thing about a lot of these people losing these jobs in any of the game industry is, there's other jobs. Other jobs pop up. Other jobs come
I
up,
follow
and so
a Twitter account that lists all the it's called Gamer Jobs on Twitter.
right.
Gamer jobs? I want to see this.
Gamer
Right.
Jobs on Twitter. Twitter.com/GamerJobs.
I've always considered game developers and in the game industry very much akin to the animation industry. You work on projects and you hope you get to stay with a company for as long as possible, but those jobs come and go and they shift to different places, and you kind of have to be. You kind of have to be
Nimble.
mobile and noble. You have to be mobile and liquid. You have to be the water.
Front office analyst in Sydney, CBD, 55K package, brand new role, Sydney SFW, background in math.
Laid off next week.
Oh,
Can't
no, I
wait.
don't follow this
Join
one.
now.
What the heck?
Gamer Jobs, that almost sounds like a parody account of Steve Jobs sitting on a couch playing a video game from the grave. Excellent.
Right.
Cool. Nerdtacular, I just wanted to mention this. At Nerdtacular 2013, which is a thing I run every year. You two have been and are coming again. Along with many others. There's a big video game panel planned this year, and we have special guests for that, as well as Frog Pants people from this show and others, where we'll get up on stage. That's just one part of the 2-day event. If you want to learn more, go to nerdtacular.com, get a ticket. It's a 2-day event. Tickets are cheap, $45 for 2 full days. We're giving it away at that price.
That's super
You know what? It would make it even easier for them. They downloaded the Nerdtacular app.
I agree.
On iOS or Android.
Or Android. That's the thing. We look at you just putting them off at the pass right there. We could have just said the new app's out for iOS, and immediately, if you gave them a half a nanosecond, the Android people would have jumped on us and urinated on everything. but she did it right away, and now you Android people can get your business on as well.
Your jollies.
Find that on the Play Store, and I got to put these links up. What is wrong with me? I'll have new links up to that one. I have the iOS one up, but I forgot to put the other one.
There's an easy link in it that you can buy tickets.
Yes,
to Nerdtacular.
indeed. Nerdtacular.com. Come see us. Come see a bunch of our friends. Terpster.
Hey, Terpster.
Freaking Dills will be
Veronica.
there. Yeah, Veronica, Tom Merritt, Eileen, Eric,
Randy Dulux, Brian Ibbett.
Yeah, me. I think I'll go.
Scott's gonna be there.
Yeah, I think I might go this year.
Right.
It's nerdtacular.com, and yes, that app
Did we
is
ever
great.
Did we ever find out if Brian Brushwood and
Yeah, Schwood is coming. Sorry,
Robert Young. Yeah,
Yep,
yeah.
Justin Robert Young, Brian Bushwood, both confirmed. They're coming.
Excellent.
Somebody else that I was going to mention, I forgot.
Please go to Nerdtacular.
Yeah, come. There'll be a bunch. I mean, there aren't that many tickets, so if you want to go, this is more about making sure you guys who really want to come get your tickets now, dude, because it's going to be gone real quick here.
Gone.
We're visiting the site on next Saturday, and Brian Ibot will be here with us to check out the band space because he needs to approve a bunch of crap for the music. Anyway, it's going to be great.
Sweet.
Join us. Let's do a quick contest, shall we?
Let's do a contest.
A contest. Hold on, I got contest music. It's not contest music. Sorry, TMS time. Here we go. Let's give some stuff away. Worms Revolution on Steam. Who got this? Brian's issue or Nicole's issue? Who's
She sent it to me.
Oh, okay, cool.
Or he sent it to
Who do you want to do? How do we want to give this out? What do you want to do?
Well, I promised earlier on Twitter that if you joined our live chat room, there would be games to be given out tonight. So I think we should go to the chat room.
I think we should too. Why not? We need to reward these people for showing up and doing what they do. I'm going to give both Red Faction Armageddon and Red Faction Armageddon Path to War DLC to one lucky winner. This came to us from Daniel Milligan. He sent these in. It's very kind of him, of course. Who out there wants free Steam games? Let your little name be heard. Say something in the chat, and I will. Brian will give his away. I'll give mine away, and then we have a third one. We'll do one more after this. So let's give one to Truly Annoying. Truly Annoying, you get. Oh, damn it! It's scrolling fast now. Hold on. Okay, here are your codes. Truly Annoying. Put those into Steam. As I always say on every show I do this on, I am not your tech support. Figure it out. Brian, did you give one away? Who'd you give it to?
No, not yet. Da-da-da-da-da. And I'm pointing at the screen now, closing my eyes, and ow! All right, trying that again. All right, let's see. I've got short squirt. He likes poo, and I like you.
All right. While you're giving that one away, I'm going to give away a copy of Darksiders. Darksiders.
Great game.
Yeah. Again, these from Daniel Milligan. This is going to Darksting, because your name sounds like Darksiders a little bit.
What I was giving away was the Worms Revolution, right? Or was I picking the...
No, you did Worms Revolution. You're fine.
All right, okay, cool.
Yeah.
So the Grumpiest Chimp, who was in the chat room, gave that to us.
Oh, good job. Thank you, Grumpiest Chimp. This reminds me of Darksided. Hold on.
She is dark-sided too!
There you go.
Dark-sided too!
Have you seen that episode?
I have. It's the worst thing ever.
It's awesome.
I knew people like that in Mississippi, and I'm terrified of them.
See, can I just correct? I said the Twitter was Gamer Jobs. That's for Australia. The one for the States is Game_Jobs.
Oh, okay. Hold on. I'm going to do that real quick.
Just wanted to say that.
Speaking of underscore, can I just say John_Funk? Wait, Gamer Jobs doesn't work for me.
Game_Jobs.
Oh, no.
No.
All right, let me put that in there. Oh, there you go. Okay.
There you go.
Oh, that's cool. Well, this is a really cool thing they do that.
Yeah.
That somebody's running that. That's awesome. And they retweet a lot of devs as well, which is cool. What was I going to say? I don't remember now, so forget it. I had
John_Funk.
Oh, he redid my... I hired him to redo the myextralife.com webcomic site.
Oh. Very nice.
Custom built a bunch of stuff. It's awesome. Awesome. It's so good. I couldn't be happier. So
He's
thanks.
the man.
He is the man. He's really talented.
Very talented.
And he's one hell of a StarCraft player, by the way. Pretty good.
Very modest on that.
Yeah, he says he's no good, but he's pretty good. All right, let's jump straight to old school, shall we? Because why the hell not? Hold on, I'm in the wrong place for that.
That is funny.
No,
I just got a tweet from Izzy, and he's sending me a whole bunch of Stop Sopa stuff.
Oh, yeah. Just so you can rethink your GoDaddy allegiance there a little bit.
Right.
All right, here's this.
We're kicking it old school.
It's old school time, and that means an old video game we're going to talk about today. Today's happens to be, and look at this chat room. I got something special for you.
I got something special for you. Don't look in the chat room, people.
Yeah, you can see that overlaid now on the thing. And those may be watching video at home, if indeed I get this up on the ye old YouTube channel. I haven't decided yet. Anyway, Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars.
Had you ever even heard of this? I was not aware.
What? You guys are bananas. I love this game.
I'm bananas for Donkey Kong Country.
How have you guys not heard of it?
I don't know, but
I don't know how I missed it either, but I was told, I was like, wait, what is this now? I was like, oh, okay.
You guys never heard of Super Mario RPG before?
Nope, never heard of it.
Oh my gosh.
Totally missed out.
Okay, well, it was awesome. Let's say that. And the follow-ups to it, and Super Paper Mario is kind of a spiritual successor to it, but there's also been other, like, true Super Mario RPG kind of games, like the Mario and Luigi DS games, or maybe they were Game Boy Advance, or maybe they were both.
Right.
But those games are kind of in that same legacy, and they're awesome. Like, these are fantastic games. And Paper Mario is really kind of the same. They're not that different. They're just got the whole paper thing. I recommend them. If you haven't played them before, you could and should. And for some reason, that video I'm playing of the the video is not working. Why?
Really?
Yeah, I don't know why. Okay, now it'll work.
Try harder.
What the heck?
Stand on one foot.
I don't know what it's not working. All right. Forget it. I tried.
We'll
anyway, it kind of goes like this.
Actually, you know what? I can play it here. Here, hold on. Here you go. I'm not thinking. Whoops. There you go. Yeah. Hear that?
Gloria Estefan's gonna start singing.
It's very Miami Sound Machine, isn't it?
Super Mario Sunshine.
What is? Oh, this is what it reminds you of?
Yeah. Did this game influence Super Mario Sunshine?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe the music did, but these games are so far apart in age. There's not even a comparison. I mean, Sunshine was what? GameCube? So This is SNES, like a whole generation between.
I thought it was in 64, was it not? Or was it
Super Nintendo?
Interesting.
Yeah, good stuff. Recommend playing it. Check it out in stores now. Super Mario. Actually, I wish it was. I wish I could download it and play it. It's a really good game.
How did you play it, Brian?
Oh, I did not.
Oh, okay.
That's why it just has the soundtrack.
That was the problem. I tried to.
Yeah.
It just didn't happen.
I like your weird drunk voice that you do.
It was not weird at all.
I like it a lot. That's your show, everybody. Thank you for joining us for another episode of The Final Score. Before we let you go, let's go around the table here. Brian, you got anything cool to talk about or do or say or point people to?
Heck yeah, man.
Okay,
Let me
okay.
tell you a couple things that's going on this week.
Mm-hmm.
All right, first of all, Andrew Allen's free play is funded.
It funded,
The
yeah.
Kickstarter- it's-
Featuring
So,
album art by me, but more importantly, stuff inside that Brian did.
Exactly. So if you love us guys and you love our artwork and you love Brian Ibbett, and who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
Come on. Let's hit the stretch goals now.
Yeah, some stretch goals.
How many more days are left?
I think 10
or 15?
Something like that. Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Time is running out.
It's going to be a
All
great
right.
album. That thing will be at Nerdtacular as well, by the way.
Can't wait. I'm so excited about that. Was totally stoked when I saw it when I saw it funded. And also, don't forget to listen to Comics Coast to Coast. This week we talked to Travis Hansen again, who does BeanLeafPress.com, does a great Travis and the Bean, and it's a great adventure comic. And if you're into anything stuff like Hero Bear and the Kid by Mike Kunkel, it's kind of along. They've got these great lines and beautiful adventures and just so consuming. I love it.
Have you read Bug before, the comic Bug?
Oh yeah, I love Bug comic.
Bug is awesome.
A while back, and it's got great humor. It's a simplistic art style, but it really works. It's great.
I think it's awesome. If you have time to read a comic 5 days a week, that's a good one to pick.
And follow him on Twitter because he has I think it's Bug Comic on Twitter, and he's always posting interesting things.
Yeah, interesting guy. That guy.
True story. How is the Comic Dorks thing going?
Oh, going great. We're now every other week. We were monthly for a while, and we decided to boost it up a little bit. So it's me, Mark Spagnuolo. One of us at this table knows who that is.
Oh yeah.
Who?
You know, the guy you live with, the guy you sleep with.
Oh, Mark.
Yeah.
Oh, Mark.
I shouldn't say that. It's me. It's Mark Spagnuolo. It's Scott Kurtz of PvP Online fame. It's Steven Schleicher from Major Spoilers, and we talk about comic books and the industry they're in. And it's awesome, and I love it, and we're having a really good time with it. It's comicdorks.com. They can check that out.
Cool.
Thank you, Brian. That's a good way to pimp that. Nicole, what have you and your workings? What's going on?
Well, I'm actually working with Mark a lot lately, so I've been participating in the woodwhisperer.com because video games and woodworking, they go together.
Of course they do.
Make my arcade cabinet already wood woman.
Some people may not realize that I'm part of our site, the Wood Whisperer. So I thought I'd share some love.
That's some good pimping. Also go check out Ladies of Elite at ladieselite.com.
Exactly.
They're coming to Nerdtacular, all three of you gals. Do you like to be called gals?
Sure, ladies, gals.
Like that.
Seems like a cowboy bar thing to call ladies.
I don't know. I like ladies.
Look at that gal over there.
Gal. That's sound gal.
Gal's a little weird.
Gal.
Anyway,
Oh, gal,
you can do
come
that.
out tonight?
Women.
You can find more stuff we got going on all over the place. Progpants.com is a great place to check out. That is going to do it for us. A little bit of business here at the end. Make sure you check out the great show notes for every episode we do, put together by Paul Swickard. He's a genius, and he has a little baby. You can find that at, where are we? FinalScoreShow.com. FinalScoreShow.com. You can email us at podcast@FinalScoreShow.com. You can find us on Twitter at Scott Johnson, Mission Deep, and Nicole Spag, and on Facebook at /FinalScoreShow. You can also find our Steam community group at steamcommunity.com/groups/Final Score Show. That's going to do it for us. For me, for Nicole, and for Brian. We'll see you next time.
Shiny.
And complete.